Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Jinha. Hi,
Oh,
Jinha.
yes. Good. You all are there. Wonderful. Mine was unmute, so it was mute, then I unmute. Now you all can hear? Great, wonderful.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay, hello everybody. Just scrolling. Hello. Hi everybody. Good evening or good morning. Good afternoon. I think America is 5 o'clock.
Good evening.
Yeah, yes. In I don't know, California, some people is I think it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, too early. Sorry. Now we are so many people. Hello everybody. Yeah, now I can't sleep. Okay. Okay, we are back here again. Hope you all are doing okay, in good health, fine, keeping well and safe, I hope. Yeah. So everybody has now the peja, yeah, text. You all have got the text, yeah. So we will just go through it, I think, by reading or reciting the refuge in Bodhicitta development, which we normally have to do. Then I can start talking a little bit later. So everybody has the book or whatever. You might have an iPad or in mobile phones, yeah. So let's start reading from that refuge, which I think we have now new participants. For them, I can later talk about it. Anyway, we all know, all of us are quite familiar with the practices. So whenever we do, whatever practice we do, no matter whether it is a big one or small one, or just even the reciting 100 times mantra of Avalokiteshvara or Guru Padma Sambhava, whatever, we need to have the refuge in Bodhicitta development, very much needed. We also say the 3 principles, which always includes these 3. So that is actually, it means the motivation, we have to have a motivation of for what purpose we are doing it, whatever practice we do, it can be big one, small one, doesn't matter. Sometimes we may think that, it is just a very small practice I'm doing, very short practice I'm doing, so we don't need to apply Bodhicitta development and the refuge. That we might can think that way, but it's not. The difference make because, how do you say, of the, you can't see my face. You can see my face, no? There's some people saying
yes, good.
Okay. So no matter what, even it is a short or long or small or whatever, always need to have the refuge in Bodhicitta development as a to give a rise to Bodhicitta development. It's very important, and the refuge is the main, basic, fundamental practice to be a Buddhist, I would say. If we would like. So okay, let's go through it. I think now many of you, I hope you practiced from last session, so you might be quite familiar now with the melodies, but still every session we will definitely be learning more and more, and then get familiar with, and then let's do together, and then later I can talk. Let's read. You have got the Damaru and bell? Okay, so you all can play if the circumstances allows. If not, then It's, I mean, someone is asking in the group, WhatsApp, whether it is important. So it's not, you know, you don't really, it's not so necessary if the circumstances doesn't allows you you to play the bell and damaru. It's not so important, you know, it's okay. Instead of make someone get angry, you know, by playing damaru and bell, then it doesn't make any sense. So if the circumstances allows, then it's also, it's a kind of a, I mean, these are the practice, and also it symbolizes so many things, you know. For example, the damaru and bell itself, by playing it, also definitely has a lots of blessings and lots of beneficial from it. So if you have the damaru and bell, you can play together. If not, then doesn't matter. You can practice your hands also with like that. Yeah. Okay. So now page number 1 from the one, I think you all have it. I think newcomers, new participants, if you are confused, the transcription which I sent, I think everyone has it. Yeah. So we are reading from that text, okay, from the beginning, which says refuge. So, Namo Lama Deshi Dibegu Gonshu Sungi Rajila Dada Ju Sentinam Majanchu Berdu Yasuji Namo Lama Deshi Dibegu Concho Sungi Rajila Dada Ju Sentinam Janchu Perdu Yazuji Namo Lama Deshi Dibegu Concho Sungi Rajila Dada Ju Sentinam Janchu Perdu Yazuji. So that's the refuge. So later we will have the translation of it. One of our participants, he is very good at translating. So he is translating, I think till next session it will be ready. So then I can explain about it, yeah. So anyway, refuge, the essence of refuge is the same, whatever refuge. It can be the sentences or the verses can be different, but the meaning or the essence of it is always the same, yeah. And then now bodhicitta development. Kala kandul chilegi duadul versingedu sanjindu aguntundu lama sangedu lenim kala kandul chilegi duadul versingedu. So this one, actually, if you have watched the life of our Nolsang, which we have been doing every morning here in Amitabha, so this has 2 melodies, but I think for time being, we just keep this one, yeah? So then once we get familiar with it, and then I can teach the other one, yeah? Okay, then, so bodhicitta development, actually, I think I've been also kind of sharing with many of you the root cause of when we say bodhicitta development and give a rise to bodhicitta development, the root cause of it is it's a compassion, it's compassion. It comes from compassion, loving kindness, which is we always talk about, in how do you say, in our society, loving kindness and then compassion. So that is very much, the compassion is the root of the bodhicitta development. If there is no compassion, without the sense of compassion, having compassion towards the beings, towards the others, then the bodhicitta development is kind of impossible, I would say. So especially in this time, that this period, pandemic, I think it's a very crucial time for all of us, especially we ourselves as a practitioner, we consider ourselves as a practitioner, we have to send the positive energy. I think it's very much needed. It's really crucial, because so many people, so many beings are tremendously going through so difficult time, tremendous kind. Sometimes it's just a very heartbreaking kind of situation we see. For example, in India, I think in all over the world now, the people are going back, and then there is no vehicles, everything locked down, so they have no food for days, for weeks, then they have to work on food, going back to their own villages. It's just unbelievable when we see this kind of. Sorry, sir, I just here also the puja happening, so there's a loudspeaker, so I asked them to how do you say, make it volume down, otherwise it will be very noisy and you can't hear me properly. So that's what I've been saying is, when we see this kind of situation, and also the beings who lost their lives, is just unbelievable because of the pandemic. It's a very how do you say, unexpectedly many people just die unbelievably. So for those also, we have to really send our positive energy in the sense, compassion, thinking about them. And then we say there's a lot of practice in Mahayana, especially the Shanti Deva. This actually, it's very much related to the bodhicitta development. It always says we have to always, every day, it's a kind of a exchanging, giving our positive energy, giving our positive thought, our compassion, loving kindness, if it is possible, of course, physically, if not mentally, we have to send, and then thinking of their suffering, the people suffering, beings suffering, I may get all of them, and then I may be able to send all my positive energy, positive feeling to all those beings who are tremendously suffering. So in this crucial time, I think it's very much needed and very much can be very beneficial. So we have to practice this as a practitioner. We cannot do much, even though I think many people, they want to help others, maybe financially, economically, I don't know, whatever, in what ways, that is wonderful. But at the same time, as a practitioner, we have to send our positive energy, thinking of those beings who are going through tremendous suffering. The way when they get this COVID-19, and then the suffering when they are out of breath. We see so many videos. I think all of us have been always watching on the TVs and all these different social medias. It's just unbelievable. So they are same. I mean, we are very fortunate, very lucky. It's just so fortunate that we are, in the middle of this COVID-19. We are still happy, healthy, happy in the sense, yeah, I wouldn't say happy. This time is actually not a happy time. But nevertheless, we are healthy. We can practice. We didn't affected by the COVID-19. So think about beings who are tremendously going through suffering, and try to send our compassion, loving kindness, and positive energy towards them. That will definitely help a lot, because it's just a matter of the mind. We always, everything is related to our mind. Whole world is it's nothing but our mind. So if we manage to do I mean, how do you say, confidently, and also one-pointedly, if we want to dedicate our positive energy, positive feeling to those beings, and they send, you know, kind of a light to them, and then definitely people will get it. You know, that's the only thing we can do in this time, you know, because it's lockdown, we cannot go physically anywhere, and also we all kind of now we have more time to practice. So this kind of, I think, bodhicitta development, and also practicing loving kindness, and, you know, trying to be ourselves, also be in the positive energy always, is very important, and then try to send our. So that's what I mean is, you know, when we talk about bodhicitta development, we always talk about infinite, you know, infinite, or may all beings be liberated, may all beings be, we always talk about a very infinite, but then we never know if we don't closely check how much, you know, deeply we are really doing something, really sending our energy or not, sending our loving kindness or not, really thinking of beings or not, you know, that we have to examine is very important. So anyway, that's the, so compassion is the root of bodhicitta development, you know. So starting when we practice these, when we want to cultivate in our day-to-day life, starting from, you know, your family, your loved ones, you know, whoever, your friend, your close friend, you know, starting from them, your family, your father, your mother, your husband, maybe whoever, and then, you know, starting from giving or thinking of, you know, giving compassion or loving kindness to them, and then we have to always how do you say, make it big, you know, and then think of your neighbors, and then things of mother beings, you know, and then slowly we can embrace the whole world, you know, entire beings, all six realms beings, you know. That's the way how we actually step by step generate our bodhicitta development. That is very important. So in this time also, it's very important to send our energy, positive energy, to those who really need it, you know, who are tremendously going through the sufferings. So that's it. And then now I can speak more later. So now let's read the next. Yeah, next one. I said here bodhicitta development of bodhicitta 3 times, and then cleanse and purify the substances for the burn offering with rang yang kang. So yeah, let's read from there. Rang yang kang sang ze nam ki ma ta pe chi pa so tham chi sector chu de dong bar jang om subhava shuddha sarva dharma subhava shuddho hang dong be ngang le jum le jimbo chin Nü yang xing gia chi wa nam ki nang du a hong shu wa le ju we sang zi du yun gi nam ba ka do go ji ru nü ju pun sum sok ba nam ka par na sa ji tam che kya be du jin sam gi mi kya ba mi zang we ji ma ni gyan tam che ju wa re che be Yunten kepare chendan tempe yongsu gangware. And then now the mudra, I think you might have practiced. So I've sent the video which I sent to all of you, is the all 6 different mudras. Yeah. So here in this, we are doing the second one only, and then in the next we do entire 4 mudras. Yeah, if we do the next, so it's an option actually. I think for all the newcomers, here we have we call it cleansing or the purifying the burn sufferings, I mean substances. So I will talk later. So here we have this 2 options, you know, either of one, or either one of them you can practice. So we are here, if we do this one, the upper part, this one, and then we have only one mudras. So there's the second one from among 6 mudras, the second one. Yeah, this one we call it Namkha Dzui Chagya. Actually, we have to visualize ourselves, Vairocana, Buddha Vairocana, I mentioned last time, and the letter Kang, I've sent in our WhatsApp group, letter Kang in blue color. So like that. And then letter Kang, from the letter Kang inside here, then it radiates different lights, and then it purifies, the different lights, then purifies our burn substances. So that's the main thing here. So we do this. Nama sarva tatha gata vayu vishwa mukhe be sarvathikam ugat saparana imam gagana khamso. 3 times. Nama sarva tatha gata vayu vishwa mukhe be sarvathikam ugat saparana imam gagana khamso. Nama sarva tatha gata vayu vishwa mukhe be sarvathikam ugat saparana imam gagana khamso. Nama sarva tatha gata vayu vishwa mukhe sarvathikam ugat saparana imam gagana khamso. So we do actually here, we do 7 times this one. Yeah. Okay, now you all do. Okay, I will also check at the same time. Nama sarva tatha gata vayu vishwa mukhe be sarvathikam ugat saparana imam gagana khamso. So like that, yeah. This only the middle finger and this ring finger and what do you call this, middle finger, or these 2 is touching, and then small finger, little finger, and then index finger is not touching. Yeah, and then inside is empty. So inside here you have to visualize the letter Kang. Yeah, okay, that's the one. Nama sarva tatha gata vayu vishwa mukhe be sarvathikam ugat saparana imam gagana khamso. Nama sarva tatha gata. So it goes that way. Yeah, here from here, then go this. Yeah. Ugate saparana imam gagana khamso. Good, you all are doing very well. And then every day you will be improving. Okay, so then after that, Banjar Saparana Khang, yeah, page number 6. Continue. So that mantra we I forgot to write 7 times or 3 times, sorry. So that we repeat 7 times actually when we actually do it. So then Banjar Saparana Khang, then play bell. Here also I didn't write, sorry. Dage Sambe Todani Chigi Inge Tobnam Ge Simjin Nam La Penda Chetanam Kanda Samba Eda Thamche Chiri Ba Thokpa Me Barajun. Was it okay? Too fast? With the bell, you can hear me? No, yeah? Okay. Little bell, yeah. Okay, I try to play quietly. And then here I said or, so that's the option. If we do this one, then the next one no need to do. So if we skip this one, and then you have to do this one, Ram Yam Khang, yeah? So let's read together. Next one. When you practice, how do you say, in temple, or when you actually practice one of them, or just one of them, you choose, pick up. Ram Yang Kang Ish. Ram Yang Kang Gi. What is that? 이게 숨됐다. Ramyam Khamma Yige Sumo Du
Hai đứa có ăn
Shuale
không?
Tai Ruju Tamche Du Sangze Kado Jiro Reja Kunsum Tsokpa Mitsang We Jima Nikyun Tamche Jangwe Dube Yun Tene Ngatan Demba Parnang Namka Sashi Tamche Yongsu Kepe Du Jine Samgye Mikyabar Kangware Guru. So the mudras, now the mudras. Subhava Shuddha. So this is like a folding hand, and then normally we fold hand like that, yeah. So this is only a little bit kind of it's not exactly touching, so it's like, yeah, like that. Subhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Subhava Shuddhoham. And then second one is the same, we have already done. Nama Sarva Tatha Gata Bayo Bishu Mukhe Sarva Theka Vigate Saparana Imang Gagana Soham. Om Benzir Amirta Kunjali Hana Hana Hum Pe Hum Pai Nama Sarva Tatha Gata Avat. So here, left hand is on your heart and then right hand goes like that. Yeah, right hand like that. It's like this. Yeah. Nama Sarva Tatha Gata Avalukite Om Sambara Sambara Hum. So snap every time we have to do the snap. Then next one is goes the other way. You know, here we are, your left hand is on your heart and right hand is like that. And then next one is right hand is here and then left hand has to be here. Gyana Avalukite Nama Samanta Saparana Jasmi Bhava Samaya Mahamani Durudur Shidaya Zolani Gyana Avalukite. What is that? The last one. Gyana Aval. So here we go like that, yeah, like that. Yes, and then yeah, and then the thumbs are like that. Gyana Avalukite Nama Samanta Jasmi Bhava Sama Mahamani Duru Duru Shidaya Zolani. Yeah, this is the one. Nama Samantam Buddhanam Chaheshuri Chabhagyate Mahasamaya Soha. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so then every time we can practice and then you will get used to it. Then here, next one is the self-visualization comes. So here I would talk a little bit about in the sense, you know, just a thought of a few things, kind of a little bit of talk, gossip. So, you know, as I said about this pandemic, we as we live in this illusionary world, I would say, actually we are living in the illusion. You know, it's a dream life. Our life is like a dream life. It's really illusion. Not saying it's not to say that I have realized the illusion. You know, we are living with the illusion. So, but I mean, many of us would definitely think, how can it be illusion? It's so, you know, so real. I mean, look at this, just this pandemic only. You know, this is really so real, so true. How the pandemic really affect the people. You know, it's so real. But it's not actually, you know, the illusion is illusion, is the fact, you know, true. I mean, how do you say, the true or true or the reality of this universe or whatever we are living in is we are totally in the illusion. You know, that's what I have been also kind of mentioned the other day. It's our mind. As far as our mind is so attached, or maybe we can say not attached, we have a very strong tendency of looking at the world as a so real, you know. Then it becomes because of our mind, you know, being thinking that it becomes so real, you know. It's our mind creation. It's nothing but our mind creation. The whole world, the whole phenomena around you, around in what in, you know, we are going through, it's nothing but the what do you say, the reflection of your own mind. That's what we always say when it comes to the practices, you know. So as far as we are so strongly caught up with the, you know, caught up with this strong attitude to you know, looking at the things as it's so real and so solid, then everything will deceive us. Everything, no matter what, everything would deceive us, you know. For example, here I would like to give you one of example, you know. Let me pick up for example, water. For us, you know, water is water, you know. It will clean you. If we wash, it will clean you. If we drink, it will quell your thirst, you know, for the human being, you know. But it's the water is not water for everybody, you know. For example, for the hell beings, we say, you know, same water. If I put a cup of water in front of me, and then I'm sitting here, and then I would see this water as a water, you know. This is a water. If I drink, it will quell my thirst. If I wash, it will clean, you know. And if I jump into this water, I will die, you know. For example, if it is a big water, you know, if I jump and then sit there, and then I probably definitely I will die, you know. But say the same water, same pot of water, you know, next to me is if there is a hell being, the same water is for hell beings. It's not a water. For us, it's a pleasant, you know. When we see water, it's a really pleasant, you know. It gives us pleasant feeling. But for hell beings, it's not a pleasant. It's exactly the same water is going to be for them. What they would see, it's the, what do you call this, tochukoma, melted metal, you know. I mean, that's what the hell beings suffer when, if we reborn or the born in the hell beings, they would suffer tremendously 24 hours. Then they would, someone will be always pouring the melted metal, you know, melted matter, you know, how hot it will be. It's like 100 times hot than the ordinary fire. 1,000 times hot than ordinary fire, you know. When they melt, they put the metal on fire, and then it's melted, and then they would, the hell beings would be, you know, the beings will be pouring on the hell beings. So same water is for the hell beings is the melted metal, you know. And then the same water for, if you are the god realm, you know. For god realm, it's going to be the same water is going to be the nectar of immortality, you know. When they drink that, they get immortality, you know. They wouldn't die. That's what we say, that like chimedutsi, you know. With Tibetan we call it chimedutsi, the immortality, yeah, nectar of immortality. And then let's say, which is where we are very familiar with, for fish, for example, for animal, what water is it? It for drink, you know, thirsty, to cool the thirst? No, for them it's a house, it's their home. They live in the water, you know. They wouldn't die in the water. If as I mentioned, if I jump in the water, I will die. I cannot live in water for maybe more than half an hour, you know. But we also, again, we cannot just deep in the water and stay there forever. No way. We we will die immediately. But for fish and then all these beings who live in the water, for them it's their home, you know. So what actually this tells us, you know, there is a very deep how do you say, very deep understanding, or very deep, how do you say, I don't know, essence in it. What actually tells? That actually tells water doesn't exist as one or something, you know, something very real. Like we say for human being, it's a water. But water, that actually tells it's nothing. Water is nothing, you know. That tells water is emptiness. It refers to emptiness actually. You see? You understand? I think my English is very bad, and then sometimes it confuses. But I hope this, I think I'm kind of giving you direct kind of example, you know. So similarly, everything, what we have a very solid attitude. When we see water, we have a one, I mean, we collectively, the human beings see water as a water, you know, one feeling. But then it can be different in other realms. It's a total different. That actually means we always talk, you know, things doesn't exist as is appear to be. It appears to be a water for us, but then it's not for not for them. So that tells water is made out of nothing. It's a nothingness. It's a emptiness, you know. That really gives us a very strong message of emptiness. We always we are very we get kind of a fantasize when we talk about emptiness, you know. And then we think, oh, it's a very, some of us might think, oh, it's a very deep meaning. I wouldn't understand. We have to go through lots of different philosophy. I may not understand emptiness, but it's nothing. Emptiness is very simple in a way. This water, the example which I have given you, I think many of you already heard it, you know. So this tells us the water doesn't exist as a water. So similarly, all phenomena in this world, you know, we think I am someone else, and then you are so attached to yourself, your reputation, your name, your, I don't know which country you belongs to, and then so attached. So that gives you suffer, you know, that gives you pain, that gives you tremendous difficulties, you know, everything. So, you know, similarly, so let me come back to the pandemic, for example. So this pandemic, why it is really affecting whole world, and why we are suffering, we beings are suffering, you know, go through tremendous suffering, because of our mind says that this pandemic exists. We fully believe in it, we strongly believe in it. So as long as we believe, and we have a very, how do you say, 100% believe in it, and then we have a very solid attitude towards this pandemic, then that will affect you for sure. You know, you get affected, you suffer, you die, what not, you know. So we as a practitioner, we have to practice, and we have to understand this, you know, that's what we always say. We shouldn't be so you know, so caught up. We shouldn't be so caught up with this ordinary or whatever, this illusion. That's why I said illusion in the beginning of this. You know, it's an illusion. We are living in illusion. That we have to remember, you know. So as far as we are attached, then we suffer, you know. So if we start to understand its emptiness, its illusion, not only academically, okay, I think many of us know academically, we always can talk a lot about emptiness, we can always talk for hours and hours about emptiness, but it's only in the head, you know, you don't experience it. We have to experientially understanding it. Once you experientially know the things doesn't exist as it appears to be, it's not solid as we think, you know. You know, whatever I said, I just pick up the water example. So whatever human beings, yourself, your husband, your child, your grandpa, your grandma, whoever, yourself, you know, doesn't exist at all. So we have to understand, and we have to, you know, it just doesn't come. I think definitely it needs lots of accumulations of merit and accumulations of wisdom, at the same time. That's why we do all these 6 parameter practices always, which is very important. So then by this support, and then also we have to think, we have to every day remind ourselves that I'm living in illusion world, okay? It's a dream, like, okay, I don't know whether I will be alive tomorrow or not, you know, I don't know when this illusion will be end, you know, this can happen anytime. That is, we cannot, how do you say that, oh, I don't want to think about it. It's going to happen for all of us anyway, you know, one day, sooner or later, it's going, we have to leave this world sooner or later, no matter how rich you are, how wealthy you are, I don't know, how beautiful you are, you know, how, I don't know, whatever you celebrate is whatever. See, I mean, in this pandemic, how many, we all are suffering. That's what, there are so many nice kind of statements they say, you know, like when this kind of pandemic comes, there is no rich and poor, everybody gets it, you know, we all have to protect it. So this kind of thing anyway. So what I meant to say is, as far as we have the strong, very strong belief, let's say belief, I think belief is the better terminology than a solid attitude or whatever. Very strong belief. Once we have the belief, then everything becomes real, you know. So for example, I mean, let's say if Milarepa is exist, you know, if he is alive in this pandemic time, he would never get affected by this pandemic, because he has realized there's nothing exists. So pandemic definitely wouldn't exist, you know, nothing. That's why we say realize being. So that's our kind of a main target or main goal as a Buddhist practitioner. Or maybe we wouldn't say Buddhist, it's nothing to do with Buddhist anyway. We have to understand the true nature, you know, the true the reality of this universe, or the reality of your own mind, you know. So that's refers to emptiness, that refers to nothing exists. So once you realize that, and then once we cross this strong belief border, you know, then there's no death also. That's what we say, there's no death, no birth, no suffering, no pain, nothing. So that's we always talk about the great bliss, you know, great perfection, you know. There are so many different names, like we can also say Buddhahood. So that's our target. So we have to practice this, you know, especially in this kind of a pandemic. We have to, it is giving us, the pandemic itself is giving us a great message, telling that, you know, all of a sudden, the other day I said, you know, we all, I mean, when the pandemic happened in the beginning, all of a sudden every country is locked down, and then we thought it's going to be same forever, you know, I will be going to office forever, I will be, you know, throwing party forever, I will be enjoying traveling around forever. We thought we have that kind of strong belief, but then all of a sudden, belief or whatever plan, you know, we thought nothing is going to be changed, you know, it's going to be remaining the same. What I have now, it's remaining the same, I will never die. That kind of, you know, that kind of stupid how do you say, thought we all have. But then all of a sudden everything locked down, everything changed. That really gives you a great message of emptiness, great message of impermanent, you know. Emptiness is, might be, sometimes it can be, you might think it's a very high word, but then we can say impermanent. Impermanent is the emptiness. It truly, if we realize the impermanent of our life, if we realize the impermanent of all the phenomena, that actually tells you the emptiness, you know. So that's the thing anyway. And also the other, for example, let's say, let me pick up another example of, I said this water. Then fire also same, you know. For I think fire is, it gives you us more kind of feeling. For us, fire is like, you know, oh my God, we cannot even touch, you know, or maybe we stay far away, and then it gives you warm feeling, you know. If we cannot go close to it, and we cannot put our hands in the fire. So for us, fire is something which burns, you know, which boils, and I don't know, all these heaty things happens with the fire. But there are, I think many of you already know, or maybe not, I was also kind of because of our strong tendency towards looking at the things so so how do you say, how do you say, conservatively, you know, we think fire is fire, but it's not. Only for human beings it's fire. But there are beings, like what do you call this, a type of deer or the antelope, you know, for them fire is, they eat fire, they survive with the fire. Food, their meal is, you know, their, I mean, other ordinary deers, I think they eat grass, but there is a type of deer or the antelope, they eat fire, you know, they survive fully with the fire. And they, if they jump into fire, they get their fur, or what do you call it, their fur gets so clean. So see, fire is, for us is a fire, but then so we shouldn't have a strong, very strong attitude towards the phenomena as it, for us, as it appears, you know. So that will, yeah, kind of, if we think about it, it's a very simple in a way. That's why, if you know about one of these great master, Kuntin Rongzom, we say, you know, great master of Nyingma, he said, he described the emptiness in a very simple way. You know, we don't have to think, we don't have to go through so many different philosophy books. Also, that is another method, if you would like, if you prefer to have that path. But then other way, this is just think about it. You all think about it, okay? In this week, think about the water and then see what kind of feeling it really gives you. This is a practice. So then you will feel something, oh, that's true. So, you know, otherwise our way of looking at the things is so solid, it doesn't change, you know. So we always live in the illusion. So once, as far as we are in the illusion, caught up with the illusion, we suffer, we what not happens to us, you know. So if we don't want to suffer anymore, if we, that's what we say, we want to liberate, there is nothing to liberate, we have to remove all this nonsense, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think some other religion, or I don't know, they might say we have to gain something, you know, when they talk about the, you know, getting Buddhahood, or I don't know, enlightenment, they think that, oh, I will have something very special, I don't know, something very phenomenal kind of thing will be happen with me. No, when we say enlightenment, when we say realization, you know, there is nothing to realize. We have to remove all this nonsense. That's all. Once if we manage to remove all this nonsense of, you know, all this solid attitudes, everything so real, if we manage to remove all this, you are Buddha already. That's what we always say, you know. You are already Buddha. Your primordial state of your mind is Buddha. There is nothing other than, you are already Buddha. There is nothing to, you know, kind of a, oh, I have to remove this and then I will get something. It's not. We have to remove all this nonsense, all this artificial belief, I would say superficial belief that we all have, that we all caught up with. Then you are already Buddhahood anyway. You are Buddha, you are Sangye, you know, you are whatever we call. So that's the kind of one of the important thing I would say for us to practice, you know. So to get familiar with that, we have to remember, we have to remind ourselves every day, you know, every day, at least once a day, you have to tell yourself, you are living in illusion, okay? It's a dream like, okay? I think I've been also sharing with many of our friends, whenever kind of I have an interaction with, I say, we just look back or the flashback at our dream, you know. For example, last night dream, what you have dreamed last night, and then we would see this is just a dream anyway. We wouldn't care, you know, no matter how pleasant and how pleasure it was, we will just neglect, you know, we just forget. If it is a very painful, very suffering, we just neglect. But then with this life, we wouldn't neglect. If someone if someone make you angry, we would think about that for months, you know. So that's your mind, the way how you caught up with. Is what I'm saying, why we are caught up with, you know. Oh, you see, I exist so strongly, you know, me, very important, most important person in this world. And then someone irritating you, how can she irritate? She also exists so strongly, so solidly, you know. Then she the hatred itself comes, the hatred is so solid, so real, that gives you tremendous, how do you say, unbelievable kind of a sad feeling, that gives also that which that's what say scientifically, if you are, that's what how do you say, if you are an angry person, or if you are irritated, I don't know, that will really also, your lifespan also will be very short. That's what I say. If you are a happy person, loving kindness person, mm, then that you will live long, at least, I mean, don't talk about others, just for selfishly talking. If you want to be happy, if you want to stay long, live long, if you want to have a kind of a wonderful life, then you have to practice loving kindness every day. We have to practice compassion every day. We have to generate bodhicitta development every day. That will give you just kind of an inexpressible kind of happiness. That's the true thing. If you every day you are angry, your mind get disturbed, and then every day you feel hatred, every day you have jealousy, every day you have all this affliction emotion. If we uh, let our emotion to come out, and then let it, how do you say, control over us, then finish. I think, don't talk about the other beings, helping beings. Your life will be also short. Your brain will be also affected. Your organs will also be affected. It's a very how do you say, important thing to talk about. That's why we always talk about, when it comes to the practice, we always say bodhicitta development. It's nothing but the compassion, loving kindness. We have to practice every day. And also the other thing, I will talk later also, this kind of I have been kind of thinking this, our attitude and our conduct, which really tells you the practice of union. Actually, I will later, I think in other session I can talk about it. So also regarding this, we have to remember, at least a day you are in illusion. So once you kind of a sense of having understanding, or the feeling of I'm living in illusion, okay, if this is a dream life, okay, then you can let go everything very easily. It's very easy. If, for example, really give you hard time, very said very harsh word, you say, oh, it's a dream life. What I dreamed last night is, I don't care. So why I should care, and why I should think about this again and again, and then make myself very angry, make myself very uncomfortable. So it's the same thing. So this we have to remember. So by applying this kind of practice every day, then I think slowly, otherwise we have our mind habitual pattern, for eons, so many, from the beginning list up until today, we have been practicing all these afflictive emotions, and we let always rule rule all the emotions to, I mean, how do you say, we have given them freedom. Now we shouldn't be giving them freedom. Control it every day, try to control it. Then by controlling it, then you will overcome from it. So that's the realization, I would say, in a way. There is no such kind of a something will fall from the sky and then I will be enlightenment. It's not like that. As I said before, we have to remove all this superficial, all our clinging attitude, all our core, which the things we are caught up with. We have to remove all this. Then you are enlightenment. So this is kind of one of the important thing relating also regarding this pandemic. As I said, pandemic is affecting so I mean, devastatedly everywhere. Why? Because of our mind. We believe, so we also get affected. So anyway, so I wouldn't talk that much. So this is kind of something came in my mind to share with all of you. And also it has, if you think about it, is also kind of it has lots of things to really apply in our day-to-day life. As I said, regarding the water and it refers to emptiness, which we always fantasize. Emptiness is nothing, but when we talk about emptiness and all these things, we sometimes, we say Mahamudra, great perfection. It all related. There is no two way. Great perfection is this, okay, Mahamudra is this, emptiness is that. When it comes towards the end of the practice, it's a one. There is nothing two. There's only one way. That's why we call it middle path sometimes. Yeah. So that's the one of the thing I would like to share with all of you. Anyway, so I wouldn't talk that much. Let's see if we have more time. Later I can talk. So let's now practice without wasting our time talking nonsense. I would say. I hope you will get some. All of us, though, not you. I'm not saying I'm also. We all are in same boat. We all have to practice together. Okay, let's now go. Yes, now the self-visualization. So I think tomorrow I would talk about how important the self-visualization and for what purpose we have to visualize. Visualization is what actually. I think many of you already know, so I can also give a little bit of explanation tomorrow. Yeah. So now let's practice together. You all have the book now, yeah? Page number 12. You all have, yeah? Page number 12. 철구치 냠이 툭제 로레수 당이 베마 주네 군중생 초에 냠된 벌아울람 배샤 고딤 솔로 사온 별당 주구시 운지 든바나 암망가장가니 차유 끌랑결부심부롤비주 예술하참맨다라 오산주 umpe najorma ayundu karchin sogil sankarmuni gandu jibul kusun thula om ahum tele Okay, so now this is for the newcomers. So this is the self-visualization. We have to visualize ourselves, Guru Rinpoche, Guru Padma Sambhava. we call it Guru Pema Gyalpo, which also comes in the text. So later, I think in the next sessions, I can, we have the translation of this in Rosary, so I can go through it. So here anyway, the self-visualization. And then the next one is, we call it invocation. I've written it here. So invocation means inviting the Guru Rinpoche from Zangdok Pelri, you know, from his pure land, or whatever you call, or from the spaciousness, you know, Guru Rinpoche. So there is no such thing as, I mean, if we ultimately understand everything, or the realization, as I said, then there is no such Zangdok Pelri or whatever it is. It's a spaciousness. It's come from the, you know, everything comes from the emptiness, you know. You know, everything exists because of the emptiness. If there is no emptiness, nothing can exist. You know, it's a very interesting kind of point to talk about. So anyway, we can always talk later. So this is invocation. So we have to invite. Once you have to visualize yourself, Guru Padma Sambhava, and then Lacham Mandarawa on the right side, and Khandu Yishitswegel on the left side. And then that's what it just says when we recite this verses. And then next one is now invocation. So let's practice together. So we have to invite, I think, as I mentioned in last session, for the newcomers. So here when you recite or the chant, when you chant this, Guru Rinpoche comes, you know, from spaciousness, you know, with life, how do you say, happily, as we one pointedly, devotionally invite him to, you know, ask him to come and bless us. You know, ignorant beings like us, kindly come and bless us, you know, kindly come to, how do you say, yeah, I mean, let's say the blessings is the main thing, and then Guru Rinpoche we will be practicing together with the Guru Rinpoche, you know, that's why we call it invocation. Okay, let's do together. Here now we practice with Damaru and we chant with Damaru and bell, which I've written here, Damaru and bell while chanting. So this is the only one for the newcomers. This I taught last time. Normally here we do with the symbol, you know. So every in the after the invocation, then we play symbols. So for us now it's just only Damaru and bell is okay. So, okay, let's now the next one is I've written it here, 7 branch prayer. So we have to visualize that Guru Rinpoche comes, you know, Guru Rinpoche and his entourage, we would say, or maybe all the Dakas and Dakinis came from the spaciousness, or from the Zangdok Pelri, which also says here in the verses, came from Zangdok Pelri, and then and now they have here, we call ourselves, what we visualize ourselves is the Samaya being, and then we invocation or the inviting Guru Rinpoche from the space. We called it wisdom deity, or the wisdom deity. Then they have come here in front of us. Then now we do the 7 branch prayer. The prostration, offering, confession, asking them to turn the wheel of Dharma, asking them not to pass into parinirvana, and then stay long life. So this is the 7 branches. Later we can always talk about it, and also I will explain every sentences. Yeah, so now let's practice with the Dhammaru and bell. China sa te kone chuzi chi chi gun tu sa chudbe jin le gan jul pa adi jindagi buli thong ma mene da de Cherang khana ma thwe di tang gi zai ra ha tham chi kyu di jen sha ge wa ji la ji ra chi gi ho lo Yang mi da shu su su ge wa chang ju do chi kur chi da da yi mi gur za za gu je cha gyu Okay, so this is the kind of difficult for, can be difficult for all of you, because we have to practice with Dhammaru and bell. Okay, let's do again, repeat. Let's do together just to get familiar with it. Yeah, repeat from 7 branches. Yeah, 7 branch prayer, page number 17. So I wouldn't play bell, yeah. Anyway, bell you always have to play together. I think bell is quite noisy, so you can't hear me chanting. So I will just play. So bell is quite, anyway, you all know how to play together with the Dhammaru. You all can play because I can't hear you. Yeah. Ke ri zila me chogi je il gul gul gi gon mamo khandu rol pe ya ha pe majune kyo dadu china sa chuzi chi chi gun tu sa chudbe jin le kan chul ba dam chi kyu ye jen sha ge wa ji la ji ra chu gi bolo Yang in me da ju su su ge wa chang ju do chi kur 제다다 이미규 자자구제 자규초. Okay, now you all are doing okay. So then every time, every session we will be practicing, and then you all will get used to it. Or maybe this part, maybe I can also just can do a recording if you would like, and then send on the the WhatsApp. Yeah, so you all can watch and practice together, because this is the only one we do with Damaru and Bell. Okay, let's do the next one now. So next one is yeah, this all can later we can have the translation. We already have the translation, so we can go through it every time, whenever, you know, every time little bit of explanation, and then also a little bit of practice. So we will do like that way. So let's do it now. Continuation, page number 20. Shivatani Jojagi Gilvegil Kurgunshanim Shotantun Mojuku Jungize Pajameda Sangaji Azungagan Ningpui Chupung Kalpajin Rara Susege Duda Nadi Umaring Pezu Sasumrul Pezo Giju Kanju Mai Jawadum China Save Barjes Kyabgita Hamba Kenamla Nisumid Barsu Kyabam Denidu Jindu Jiu Nyamiri Bendujum Techir Deni Kenamla Mishelo Idagabi Den means min Judebe Son Perol Bedirju. So here we stop with Damaru. Also has a lots of how would you say, tricks, or there are so many, you know. Sometimes we stop with one, you know, sometimes it can be two, sometimes it's so slowly we can get familiar, I can tell you anyway. So here we do with two. 1, 2. So that actually means when we are asking the Guru Rinpoche and his entourage to be seated, you know. So when we say seated, then we always, whenever we come, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to be seated, if there's Damaru, we always play two times. We stop with 2. Yeah. So so now we've last time we finished till here. So let's continue the next one. So from here, Nolsang the itself starts, which I think I've sent you all the translation of Nolsang. You all got it? Yeah, it's a quite very good one, I would say. So it has a, we can go through it, explanation. I think slowly every other time we can talk about it, and then I can try to explain. But it has already given lots of very good translation, so you can go through it. And also the newcomers today here, I have to kind of give introduction of Nolsang, what is, so the practice which we are doing, practicing here this time, and which Holiness asked me to, advise me to teach mainly the chanting with all of you, because this is very, the most effective practice ever for the pandemic. So now, which for the all comers, I explain, and it's exactly the same story which we can see in this translation which I've sent to all of you. So this is going to be very effective. And then it's Guru Rinpoche's road when he was in Samye, when he was alive. And then there was a pandemic happened, same like what we are going through now. And then Guru Rinpoche has given this specific smoke puja, so we can say smoke puja, but the name of it called Nolsang. Yeah, so Nol means, in Tibetan we called it Nolsang. So Nol actually means contaminated. I've already explained last time. Contaminated. What contaminated? So there are so many things can be contaminated. It again goes back to same subject which I mentioned. As far as we have the belief, so everything can get contaminated, including our what do you call this? Including our emotion, that can contaminate it. Everything, mountain can contaminate it, tree can contaminate it, water can contaminate it, nature can contaminate it. That's what we say now. The nature, everyone says Mother Earth is giving us, hard time, because the way how we treated the Mother Earth till now, whole world, especially human beings, because of our desire, endless desire, not only just to feed us, fill our stomach, but then we have so many desire to, be, having the pleasure. So we never thought about the forest to, just leave it like that. We deforest we cut trees, always. So we have been really treating them very badly. That's what everyone is saying now. We can see in the social medias or whatever, many people talk about, saying that Mother Nature is, the karma is coming back, because the way how we treated the animals, the way how we treated the nature. So that's true in a way, that's true. So as far as we have this kind of belief, then we have to suffer. There are so many things can be contaminated. So when it is contaminated, all the divine beings are contaminated, all the nature, mother nature, all the elements, like water, fire, everything is polluted, contaminated. So that's why we are suffering. That's what we can see in this story also. You all have it. If not, then you can share among each other. And then this Nolsang translation has given the story, complete story, so which I've said last time, and then rest will be coming towards the end. So Nol means contaminated. So Sang means we are doing this practice, So Sang means removing or purifying or cleansing, Sang. That's why we call it Sang. Smoke puja, we call it Sang, to clear it. We can say, let's say clear, it is the best kind of terminology. Clear. To clear all this contamination, we have to, that's why we are practicing this Nolsang. So Holiness is very kind and to give this wonderful gift, I would say, especially in this pandemic. It's a very effective from the day one when the pandemic started to spread all over the world. So Holiness immediately give this, and then we have been putting all together. And then so the transcription which we are reading, it has a complete for the new karmas, if you are confused. So this has complete from refuge to the dedication. But the Nolsang, that with the translation I have sent, has only Nolsang part. So you can also go through it, and also for the meaning. And then when you read, when we practice together, I think this has anyway complete the text which I transcribe has a complete sort of Nolsang. So that's why we call it Nolsang, means clearing the contamination. Yeah, it's clear enough. So this will be very benefited. So the main purpose of learning is holiness. I think we have been from the day one, or as soon as we have managed to put this all together. So from that day, from now almost I think 2 months, we have been doing every day without skipping a single day, you know, because it's going to be very effective. Because Guru Rinpoche said this can remove and, you know, end this kind of pandemic. So that's why we are practicing every day. So once you all learn properly how to chant, all this chanting melody is directly coming from holiness. It's his mind treasure, I would say. So so we all practice, and then later you can always join live, because we are always doing every morning posting on the Facebook, or maybe we can do a proper video. I can do a proper video, and then you can always every day you can practice. So that's the main purpose of learning this particular smoke puja, yeah, Nolsang. So that's what it called, Nolsang. So from here, so yeah, right from here, page number 24. So ke semchen kunkyang. So from there the Nolsang starts. Okay. So let's now practice together from here. So it has a different melody. Okay, everybody has it? Yeah. Ke semchen kunkyang ri ke penul nyon montu ngi se anam nul gosmi gelu ha isum nul dul chimenya belu la khandro nul tam senya bedorje Lopon nulo choktor chungwe mahata Andro nulo punya malame chukyung Suma nulo sena sakpe kasung Tamchen nulo tingzin chukpe shimai pe Mamo nulo tse don chukpe chetang Chamjel nulo shedan chukpe lanam Lanam nulo ngayel chukpe yepe Lanam nulo ducha chukpe wangi Lanam nulo chado chukpe chakpe Lanam nulo timu chukpe shili Lanam nulo karmarthap juyula Nyen poho nulo thap kun chupe jela Nyen poho nulo mi cha tha ki gimla Nyen poho nulo mi cha ji gon kyab Lanam nulo ke parami cha bui me Pang me ye tengo parsum lalu Yenam nulo pula gonur kimla Kimda nulo lunga ita jala Chagla nul. So till here it's a one melody. So this actually tells about how things get contaminated. So every single it has a very interesting meaning, I mean detail of, you know, what actually contaminates this, contaminated by that, you know. When we get angry, means something contaminated. When we everything, there are so many things. So later we can go through it in other session. Yeah. So this tells how the things get contaminated. So okay, was it okay? You want to do again for the melody? Yeah. Okay, let's repeat then. Let's go back to page number. It's a clear. You can hear me clearly. Wonderful. Let's go back to the page number, 24. Ke semchen kunya, yeah, last second line. Okay, let's practice for the melody. Okay, so you all have to remember. Ke semchen kunya mahari Tipunulo nyon motuge she Tanam nulo mi chilu idage Tanam nulo Dulcimenya belula Khandru nulo tamsinya bedurje Lopo nulo choktur chungi mahada Khandru nulo bunyamala chukyo Sungmaha nulo sena sakbe kasu Tamche nulo tingzin chibezi Mamono to busy. You continue. She no, sorry, I have to drink water. Something came in my throat. Okay, you all stopped, I think. Okay, let's do again then. Choking. Okay, let's you have which page number? You are 26? No, yeah. 26? 26. So let's do from Tingzin Chupe, yeah. 26, third line. Yeah. Tingzin Chupe Sepe Mamonulo Zedon Chupe Cheheta Chamdral Nulo Shedan Chupe Shive Lanam Nulo Ngayela Chupe Gebe Lanam Nulo Docha Chupe Wahangi Anam nulo tau do chupe dawe Lanam nulo timu chupe salje Lanam nulo karma tazuyula Nyenpo nulo tapun chupe jela Nyenpo nulo mita tapi kimla Kimdahanulo mitati gonagya Yanam nulo ke paramisa bhumi Pangme ye tengo parsum lahalu Yenam nulo pugla gunur kimla Kimdahanulo ngai dahala Taglanul. Okay, till there it's a one. Prayer book. Let me send. Okay, so so till here it's a one melody. So let's do next also. Yeah. So till here it's it tells about later I can explain. So so let's continue from here another melody. Page number 29, yeah? Everybody has it? Okay. Mami di chilla masina tu jeho trai ni de Sikpahaza jini Moye gonul gopurdi Nawahaun yelanul jum Jichina Potsinulwe Mijing Zakarma Motsinulwe Zigi Yetu Che Yapin Lana Jim Let me do Dalanulada Tekarda Jelanulagotum Chotahanjalanulvidunam Tunmi Jujilanulvishila Dumi Tuilanulvidu Mugi Jukalanulvigajim Zagdajin Dalanulvijuzi Dogurmanulanuljim Pilmi Gyurchulanulvipuji Deinjujilanulvijingsa Kulburdo tablanulvidoshi Mushingo Jolanulvidosakar Gumpo Jugutsunulvigorel Notsuntul Tapunulvigaldo Golahanyam Gukinulvigega Sensation Kajinulvimarap Limoshumatanulvijingi Wangpushumolungtainanulsemtur Tunmi Julugilanulniti Janvanyammalugilunulhashagul Sharuhoda Chalanulvijada Zidanyammalugilasunulve Lumide gaten la sonolwe Semide lugi shanu shachur Nyam top churunul rukun zuchi Chirada chanul tigle bema Na chaza panul chubur dolji Zatu je chigri zanul shajum Jichinja punul punam jishim Loki tullo jayamenul zonul Mukinul yuksenul tamapche Pomuinul nalbumutindaten Sakpenul zanul kunul tabjum Kunginul shividur sihison pui Nangmenul dicheneshin panashin Jivenul punyam lamemin Luginul de la supenul ji Thamche kun. Then from here, same melody, but then from here I've written here, visualizing smoke offering substances. So we have to visualize. It's a very interesting the way how it comes in the every sentences has the the way how we visualize. So I think you can go through it, but then today I don't think we have time. Today we just read it, and then next time or tomorrow, see tomorrow whether we have, I think from the beginning, or tomorrow we can explain a few of them. So here we have to visualize the smoke offering one by one. So one of our friend is also asking in the our WhatsApp group, the substances, what are the substances? So here everything comes, every details, what can be burnt and what cannot be burned, what cannot, but then there are so many things in detail, so I can later explain more in it. And also you can go through the translation, it has everything in it. So let's do, this is the same melody. Continue, page number 39. visualizing smoke of different substances. Dubai Salatin Bichui Rabdulin me to Gelungi Rabgo Bitawaluini Giving it Mulane Rabdu Min Beshi Lodaminisu Kapeshing Chokun Malui Kapeshing Kado Jironuju Then Beshing Shincho and then Karmar Akaharu Sershin Kimbayushin Shupada Doshin Palutapa Penkarda Bubanyunyadi Sirgoda pushing mushing pushing Shingne to Dibusum Tazantu Amito Adijindunukata Kaveri Nedetasoa Yumata Duna Karna Dui Rijeda Darzarin Chiniti Chemerda Sekim Changda Shin Kue Chu Gansum Pudang Ersum Tangmata Shatala Soangpu Namge Surjini Lemge Dazi Karmarta Gugul Karna Chip Natso So China Sangsum Nolji Salveze Message Chilungi Rapto Hore Nam Kashindu Tombar Gure Mangarale Gipemela Sepai Jishoti Surinamba Natsoki Ishiti Mingando Sangyu. So here actually, I mean, if we don't have the symbol, we can play both in bell and damaru. But here I just, I thought of playing symbol. So just only bell is also okay. Yeah. So yeah, till here it's one melody. And then from here next is then clearing. Now all the contamination we have to clear. Every verses tell, every sentence tell about how to clear. So it's a very amazing thing. So I think till here it's okay till today. Today okay, too much maybe. Okay, everybody, enough or 1.5 hours, no? I think it's enough. Then you can practice weekdays when you have time. Melodies, you have to get familiar with the melodies, and then damaru and bell also. Okay, now question. Yeah, let's question now.
Howdy.
Yeah, question. We supposed to have a question in the end of the session. So let's have if you have any question, you can ask and then we can communicate. And then about the mudra, so you have to, I think the newcomers now, maybe I have to resend it. There was a funny video, I asked someone to video it. It's too colorful one. But anyway, the mudras are clear enough. Yeah. So then once you get familiar with it, I can send the names of the mudras, and also one of our friends is asking, I think. So names of the mudras and the visualization. Visualization we can do here, I think. Yeah. I will tell one by one. So tomorrow, I think in this coming days, I can send the names of the mudras. And then any question, yeah, let's have question if you have any question. All your speakers are still mute. Yeah, you can unmute.
Yes, no question. Yes. It's okay.
Okay.
Can I have a question?
Yes.
The self-visualization, you visualize yourself as Guru Padma and you said on the right side is somebody and on the left side is somebody.
Oh, the two dakinis, Lacham Mendarawa and Ishetsogel.
I can't write that down.
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yes, Mandara. So right side is Mendarawa, and then left side of Ishetsogel.
This one, Mandarawa. Yes, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Any question?
Thank you.
Yeah, you feel free to ask any question regarding today's birthday. And then I think some of you still don't have the transcription. I can resend. Yeah, I can send it. Or I think I think try to share. And also you can write to me personally. And one thing, yeah, which in the, now we are so many in the WhatsApp group. We are almost 100, I think 97 or something already. So as Sophie yesterday very nicely give some tips, you know, I think I know all of you want to, when I post something, all of you want to thank me, and I wanted to say that no need to thank, because I know you all are very appreciative. I fully understand, and one thank you is definitely okay. Otherwise, with so many thank yous, you know, in the group, and then we all understand. Then sometimes some people mobile phone has very less capacity, and having all these messages keep coming will irritate them, you know. So so try not to post. Avoid, you know, and also if something very important, you can leave 1 or 2 messages. So thank you is definitely no needed. I already have all of your thank you. I appreciate it, you know. So you don't have to thank again and again at all. So that's what Sophie has put few tips, so which are important, I think. Yeah, like I don't know, all these are all the tips. I think you all have gone through it. So one of them is not sending many messages in the WhatsApp group. So I will send you mudras and all these things. So any a very important one, you can leave it. If not, then thank you and all other things is definitely no needed. Yeah, it's a very understandable, because everyone is getting the same messages, and then so many. If we are just few of us, it's okay. Now we are 100 of us, so 100 thank you in one time, you know, it's going to be overloaded with your phones, all our mobile phones. So we and then other tips also, I think Sophie has put very nicely, like what yeah, there are many tips. I think all of them are equally very, we all have to be considered. Yeah. And then, well, what is it? And then any question you all have, you feel free to ask question. And then you can, question if regarding the Nolsang, you can leave 1 or 2 questions. If not, then definitely one by one, every day, I come, you know, I will come with the explanations like mudras, meaning, visualization, because we are going to do complete this smoke puja. So it has complete sort of from the refuge till the dedication. It has everything in it, you know. So step by step, we will definitely coming. I will try my best to, you know, share with all of you, though I'm not at all good at practicing, and also when it comes to explanation, you know, because of the knowledge, I mean the communication gap, you know. My English is now, I was quite okay before, but now it's really deteriorating because no practicing. So terminologies forget, you know, so it's quite difficult sometimes. But I think when the more I talk, I think it will come back, I hope. Yeah, and any questions?
Yes, just to ask, when we have the visualization of Guru Padmasambhava and the two consorts, are there light rays emanating just from Guru Padmasambhava into us, or are all three of them bestowing light blessings upon us?
When we visualize, self-visualize.
Yeah, when we do the self-visualization and they're above us, are they pouring lights into us at that time and bestowing blessing?
When we visualize, no, we wouldn't focus on sending blessings, no. Then later, when we do invocation, yes. When we do invocation, then Guru Rinpoche invite from the Zandok Pelji, and then he has, you know, come. The other day I've been kind of explaining all of you, then we have to visualize that lively, you know, it's not a statue just coming and then put there or like that. So Guru Rinpoche and all his Guru Rinpoche's Dakinis comes in. Then later, there's a point where you have to think that Guru Rinpoche and yourself, you know, merge together. So that there's a one. I will later it will come when we practice. When we go through the explanation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Tingla, thank you so much for this and for teaching us in English. Will you be teaching, is it now Saturday and Sunday at the same time? Is this when we should be ready to tune in?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
your English
Saturday
is
and Sunday. So every weekend we will be doing. And then because of, I think many of you also now lockdown is kind of freeing everywhere, you know, opening. So I think many of you have to work. So that is very understandable. So weekdays we suggested not to do. So we will do every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, until we finish. I think it wouldn't take that long. We all have to get familiar with the melodies and practice, and at the same time I will try to give the explanation a little bit, so then we will have a complete then sort of, you know, practice, so we all can practice later, or maybe you individually can practice, or maybe you would like to join with the live, or maybe you can do with the video or whatever. Yeah, so that we can think about it, what best way it works for all of you. We can always work on it.
Great, thank you so much.
Not at all. Okay, so we keep there for today. Or maybe you want to read one more, the last melody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, last melody in the sense that they're quite long one, but let's read, I think, to get familiar. 10 minutes is okay, then we will just stop there.
Okay.
Page number
39.
You're welcome. Yeah, here, page number 24. Page number 24. Let's do. I think I hope you all are not in hurry. Can be hurry. Some places morning. Not 24, sorry, this one. Yeah, page number 29, fourth line.
39.
Yeah, page number 29, fourth line. So this melody, the other one we read twice. So let's read this one to get just familiar with the melody, yeah? Okay, everyone has it?
Yes, thank you.
Page number 29, yeah? Richard doesn't have it. 29, have it? Everyone, everybody? Good. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, 29, fourth line. Ke lunal from there. Mami di chilla mangshina sul jeo cha inul mi deshin sikpa sa jing ti bijin sen mo ye gonul go kurmi jip nawa haun yela nul vejadum Jicina putin ulwe meeting Zakarma motin ulwe si Ketru che yapin lanoji Lemi ju jalanul nadasi Tekarda jelanul nagotham Joka nula nulwe dunam tunmi juwa zila nulwe zila dumi tu yula nulwe nedum mugi junga kala nulwe zam Zagjaji dala nula shulizin dogyur manga nula nulwe doshin filmi gyur shula nulwe puji chenba jung shila nulwe shila kulpor to tabla nulwe chumi Dongxing gong zhongla nulwe zakhar gong po ju gu zun nulwe nur nu zun du le tablu nulwe gol gola nyang go ki nulwe ge ga senzi jene khaje nulwe marap Nemo shung tanul vejing Wang vo shima lung tanul vejam tur Dun mi ju lu ki lanul ngiti Chen ba nyama lu ki lunul shagul Sharu da chalanul vejadam Zidanyam na luki luzonolwe Yumi de yapten la sonolwe Simi de luki shanul shachar Nyam to hop chunon rukun zuching Sinbu da chanul tilebim Ma now cha panul chubur dulsing zatru je jugu zanol jajum jichin cha punul punam jising loki tullo je amenul sonul mukinul yusenul tarapche Komunul nalbumo tsindatin Zakpenul zinul gunul tabju Konginul shive dursi sonpe Namenul ditene shempanazin Jivinul punyam mitahayetang Lukinol de la sopinol jib Tamche gunage jue tamale Jupahai salagi jui Rabdulene me drige lungi Rabkobe zawaluini Kewe shinge zemulane rabdu min peshi lo da mine su Kyape shinge ji chokun malu. Kyape shinga do jiru nuju. Dembe shinge shincho zenden garmar. Akaharu sirshin kembayu shin. Shukpa danga tunshin paluda. Penkarta umbu banyu nyaji sirgo tanga pushing moshing pushing shingne to jibu sumta zaju nene to jidin runu kadang kaweri ne je juda so Yumata Juna Karna Hadui Rijeta Darza Rinchin Zuitu Chemerda Sekim Chanta Shinto Kue Chu Garsum Pudang Arsum Manada Jantala Sohang Namge surjinge la pedamze karamardang gugul karna jib na so china sangsum nol jib selve je merse chulungi rabto hore nam khajin du dombar doing aram legi behemel sepai ji choti surinamba na chogi ishi ji mengandu sangyuru ji. Okay, so we keep there, yeah. So you can get familiar, you can practice, and then tomorrow, anyway, tomorrow we will be coming back. And then meanwhile, if you have time, maybe till tomorrow we can go through the Nolsang translation, yeah, which I have already sent to all of you. So maybe transcription is more or less quite same. You can also go through it if my transcription is sometime can be, you know, the pronunciation can be different. So you can also go through the one I sent with the translation, yeah, and then say what it says. And then here, just the one we just read tells every substances for the smoke offering. So tomorrow we can, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, tomorrow whether we will finish. Tomorrow I will try to give explanation of the Nolsang, yeah. So you all have to have the both book for tomorrow, and this one for the reading, or maybe tomorrow, yeah, because the beginning part, the Nolsang doesn't have with the translation. So you may need this one and both the translation. So that will make sense to all of you. Yeah, okay, so thank you for being there. And then, yeah, see you tomorrow. And then whatever, for some people I think it's too early, sorry for that, yeah. But it's good to start with practice in the early morning. We have to get up, I mean, have to means, you know, we get up around 3 o'clock, 3:30, at least 4. So 5, is it 5 in America? New York, what, California?
California is fine.
It's 8 a.m. we started at 8 a.m. in New York, so it would be 5 a.m.
Oh,
in California.
okay,
Yeah, so
then.
8 a.m. is very civilized, so thank you.
Yes.
It's not
Okay, I thought
civilized for me.
too early. Okay.
Uncivilized.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm scrolling, seeing all of you here. Okay, see you tomorrow. Have maybe some good night, good morning, or have a wonderful time ahead. See you tomorrow then.
See you.
Yeah, okay, everybody. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.